Last month she swapped her cloth hat for a crash helmet to try her hand at banger racing. Tony Mason was at the Wimbledon trackside to see how she and two other Top Gear reporters got on in what looks like motorsport's answer to American football.
Banger racing is described as the lighter side of stock car racing. It's a sort of glorified dodger. It's cheap, cheerful and noisy, and it's becoming increasingly popular. Any old saloon car will do, the bigger the better, but the sport is disciplined and every driver has to be licensed, and there are strict rules and regulations to ensure safety. There are several events every week in various parts of Britain, and there's great camaraderie for the same drivers compete against each other regularly, all hoping for a crack at the Banger World Championships and its £5,000 prize money. But does it really require much skill to take part?
Well, it's like any sport, really. You need a certain amount of skill, but of course bumping and bashing another car, of course, is all part and parcel of banger racing. So, yes, there is a bit of skill to win a race, but you don't really need a lot of skill because it doesn't matter if you hit every car on the racetrack.
So it's not just a matter of a demolition derby?
No, it's not a demolition derby at all. Banger racing is quite serious. The drivers take it very seriously indeed. A demolition derby is something completely different, which we do. Sometimes we are not doing it this evening, where a driver can go in any direction around a track. But tonight's meeting is just you go around the track in one direction and go out to win, to remove the opposition, get rid of the car in front of you and win the race. That's the object of banger racing.
One of the most popular venues for banger racing is Wimbledon Stadium, where there's a full entry of 50 cars with 3 15-lap races, including a grand final. Among those brave souls in the hot seats are Top Gear's intrepid reporters Sue Baker and Chris Goffey, and our favourite guinea pig, racing driver Tiffany Dell. Now 962, there's Tiff, 960 Sue, and on the inside now, Chris. So the moment we've been waiting for, the 15-lap banger race is now underway. The cars just come out and take any order. There's no particular seeding. Chris Goffey now, he's rumbling round. Sue's following, looking as though she's keeping out of trouble. No, Sue's now been spun. Chris Goffey's got a wheel revving on the near side and he's trundling round fairly slowly. Tiffany Dell, the bonnet is up, the bonnet's up. Tiffany Dell now being shunted by the Granada estate. Oversteer and corrected it very well, but he's on the infield now. He's been shunted in by the Granada. Steering wildly now, we have Chris Goffey in the Triumph Dolomite. Sue still going quite nicely. Well, talking to Dave Smith, the organiser earlier, he said that he was quite adamant that this is not a demolition derby. You certainly could have fooled me. Now this is going to be difficult because Chris Goffey coming in the Triumph Dolomite, and it's all he can do to steer at all. He managed to get round that barrel, thankfully. There are 7 laps to go now, and I think it's certainly touch and go whether Chris is going to make them. Sue Baker, number 960, now regrettably looks to be grinding to a halt. Sue, fantastic, you nearly got through. What happened? Tell us.
Well, I thought I was going to survive it, and I was minding my own business, and I was keeping to the edge, and I was letting everyone rush past me, and I got nearly to the end of the race, and then some unspeakable man in one of those other cars just bashed himself straight into this one and half demolished the front end. I didn't know where he came from or who he was. I didn't even see the car. Oh.
What did you think of it, though? I mean, was it absolutely terrifying?
Yeah, I think they were probably the worst few minutes of my life.
Oh, it stopped on me. Oh, I was having a whale of a time. I just looked at the winner's car and it's already got a mark on it. I was whacking everything in sight, but it doesn't seem to be the way to win races.
Have you diagnosed the trouble?
Well, I know sort of the whole front's a bit graunched in, but I was enjoying myself. I gave as good as I got.
You know, a Sunday evening drive, you know, around Wimbledon Stadium. I mean, you don't want to go fast with all these chaps. No, in fact, the throttle cable broke after the first crash on that corner. And I kept going by pulling the choke out, so just to give me a few more revs, and I was crawling round, and that's got to be the most frightening experience in the world, going around here at 10 miles an hour, with people hurtling up behind you at what seems like 100, you know. You get a very prickly feeling in the back of your neck.
Well, our 3 brave souls didn't make it to the finals, but at least they survived the experience, which is more than can be said for some of the vehicles.